Welcome everyone to Two Sisters and Two Mics. Today we'll be discussing all things Disney. Um, and today we'll be talking about one of the most beloved Disney movies of all time, The Little Mermaid. So let's me just see. So we're gonna first start off at talking about what our favorite scene in the movie was. So my favorite scene in the movie was when Ariel and Eric were in the boat and Scuttle and Sebastian and Flounder were all singing like to them to like be able to kiss, and they were just they were just
Boosting
like,
them.
yeah, just like, and Scuttle was like, to kiss the girl. It was so funny. I love that part.
Yeah, I know. I love this accent too. It's like the Jamaican accent. It's
No,
pretty unique.
the Scuttle, the bird.
Oh, the bird, but the
Yeah,
Sebastian, I like his
yeah,
accent. It's nice.
yeah, yeah. So, what was
Yes.
your favorite part?
My favorite part is when she saved him from drowning. That was like my favorite part. It was like such an emotional part because we seen like it was like a shipwreck that
Hmm.
happened, and the fact that she even cared because like her dad painted a lot of like negative connotations about humans in her and her sister's minds. So I was
Yeah.
like super happy that regardless, like she didn't listen to her dad, she just went ahead and decided, like, you know what, this is a person, a human being at the end of the day, regardless of what my
Hmm.
dad told me, I'm still going to try to save him. And that
Hmm.
was like really beautiful that she did that. That was like my favorite scene, even though it was
Yeah.
emotional. Yeah.
She didn't see him as a threat. She saw him as someone who, like, an innocent man dying, like
Yeah.
drowning. So I like that. It was very emotional, like you said. So we're just gonna go over some pointers that I have here. So the first one's gonna be what we think about Halle being the Little Mermaid. So what do you think about Halle being the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think they could have gotten anyone else that would fit that character. Like Halle, like her body structure, her face
Yeah.
structure, her hair. And by the way, I heard like her hair cost over like $100,000, which is fine. Like, you know what? Spend that money on Halle to bring that character alive. Like, I'm here for it. I was
Yeah.
so happy that she got to be the mermaid. I don't think they could have picked anyone else aside from her. Her acting was on point. Like it was like I was so like in the moment when I was at the movies watching it in the VIP lounge. Like if you're gonna
Hmm.
go, watch the if you're gonna go watch the Little Mermaid, go in style and do the VIP section of whatever theater you go. You'll enjoy the moment even more. Aside like with the sound effects that they have, but I felt like she did a really good job, knowing that she didn't really I know she acts a little bit in the past with her sister, but she didn't like this was a big role to take on as one of the
Hmm.
main characters, and like she did it really well. Her acting was on point, and I do foresee her getting some awards for it in the future. What is your perspective?
I loved her as Ariel. I think that she's like she just has like a personality that is so sweet and like very like not saying that she's childlike, but she has like a childlike side, and like kids can
Hmm.
like gravitate to that.
Hmm.
And it's beautiful to see like little kids running up to her and like they're so happy that she's the first black Ariel. And
Hmm.
like I loved it. But
That's really good.
the only thing about her hair, I wished like it was a little bit more red.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I'd never
Not
thought of that.
yeah, not too much red, but like a little bit more red.
A little bit more red. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we see that they did try their best, and like I congratulate her because that hair looks kind of heavy
Yeah,
because like
yeah,
she
it
has
does.
dreads, and I know when I was watching one of, she was on TV talking about the role, and she said that when she had to do the hair flip in the water, she had to do it
Yeah.
like over 20 times because like it's not easy, handle like when your hair is wet and you have dreads, it's even more heavy. So I was like, Lord, that would have been crick neck for me for sure.
I heard that she had some type of like neck injury. I don't know if that's true or because imagine doing that so many times
Oh
and like
no.
yeah, because that can hurt your neck. The flip of what she did in the movie, but it's kind of iconic that she got to do that hair flip like the original movie.
Yeah, totally. But oh my
So
goodness, the fact that you said that she got injured, I really didn't know about that. Like
yeah,
that
I
she
don't know
got
if
injured.
that's
Yeah.
true, but I did see that. So
But it's like
hopefully that's not.
the lengths people
Yeah.
go to do movies, which is like you should applaud them even more because like, doing a movie is not easy. You have to remember your lines, plus you have to get in character mode, and then sometimes you do get injured, unfortunately. So we do commend her for all she did for
Yeah, she did
the
great.
character.
I like the emotions too. It was beautiful.
Nice.
All right, so our second point is going to be so Sebastian and Flounder. So I loved the accent. I believe I to me I thought it could be a little bit stronger, like the Jamaican accent.
Hmm.
But other than that, I think he did a great job. He was pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah, he was there was one part. There was one part where he was telling Scuttle, like I think Ariel had covered them with a blanket, and he was telling Scuttle, Scuttle, you're a little too close.
I know. It's so
I love
funny.
that part. That was funny. And then Flounder, Flounder was he was so funny. But like in the beginning, he's always like scared. Like even in the first one, they made sure he was like always jumpy, like when the shark scene and you know, I I
Yes.
I love that part. That one that was cute. So I don't have no dislikes about Flounder. I think he was great.
Nice. That's really good. And for me, Sebastian had me like chuckling a lot throughout the movie. I was lying down because like in the VIP section, you could lay down and you could put your feet up, like talk about
Hmm.
luxury. But like a
Yeah.
couple times I was like laughing out loud. And some of the people beside me, they found Sebastian funny too. I do agree with you when you said that I found like the Jamaican accent could have been a lot better. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that person that they got to do the character of Sebastian is an actual native of Jamaica. But yeah, the accent could have been better. But the scenes when, he was cracking up jokes. There was one scene where he was telling like he doesn't know how to lie. So when he tried to go to the when Ariel got away and he was trying to go to the king, he's like you could sense that he was like nervous, but then it was a scene where he's nervous but it's funny at the same time. You can't help but laugh at him. And then
Yeah, I know.
there was one scene when he's like, "These children, they don't listen." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is so funny."
There's even one part where you mentioned that he was scared of the king, and he was like, the king called him. He's like, Sebastian. He's like, yes,
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Yeah, he's like jumpy,
yeah.
He's like, "Oh Lord, the sweat. What am I gonna say now?" And I think like, it was really good. Like the aspect of the film um
Hmm.
portraying Sebastian in like serious scenes and then sometimes a childlike scenes and then sometimes you
Yeah,
got like funny scenes. So it was a good balance. And
yeah,
in terms of Flounder, as you mentioned, I do agree with you. It depicted, the same character as the 1989 film. Um, I find that I liked how they did Flounder. Like I find it looked more realistic than the film
hmm,
from before.
yeah,
And it just showed like the character really, really well, that jumpy persona. But also what I loved about Flounder, like he like loves Ariel, is super
yeah. He
concerned.
does.
And even though, it's not like a huge fish, it has some sort of bravery about it. Like, because at one point, like there was a shark like chasing them, and it showed that it was able to be resilient, which is what I
Hmm.
really liked about Flounder. And the carrying and charismatic as well.
Yeah, he is. Do you think that they should have made him a little bit more plump? Because I've seen some comments, people are saying that he's not that plump.
Yeah, I think they should have made him a little bit plump. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying. Like it looked a lot different than the one from the 1989 film. But then at the same time, I found it to look a little bit more like a fish.
realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more realistic. That's the word. But then I do agree with you and others that they could have made it a little bit like, is it not eating? Like, is it not? Are they not feeding it? Are they not feeding?
But like,
Come
I don't
on
know.
now.
That's funny. But I think that the crab, I don't know. Like I love the crab, but I feel like the way they should have made the crab look a little bit more real. Like,
Yes, yes, I agree.
and the eyeballs should have been a little bit not like a different shape. Like it should have been round,
Yeah,
like in my
that's
opinion.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, so there's definitely, room for improvements if they
Yeah.
have
But
another
other than that,
film.
it was great.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And I honestly speaking, like I would go back and watch it again. It's one of those
Yeah.
films, like I would go back and watch it again. I really, really liked it.
Because it cracks you up, and like humor is like a nice thing. Like, life, you need to laugh. And then
True.
that movie, it brings out that kid side of you. And,
Hmm.
so lots of kids can go see it. Lots of adults can go see it. It's not like age restricted. So
Yeah,
that's what I like about that
exactly.
movie.
Yeah, any age group can go see it, definitely. And in my section, it was like I was amazed. Like I thought when I was gonna go to the when I watched it at the VIP section, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be like one of the few people there. It was like filled with adults. So it's really nice to
Wow.
know that it's not, as you said, which is true. Like it's not a movie
Yeah.
that kids are only watching. Adults are going out. Maybe it's like a date night for them, and they're going to go see the Little Mermaid. So quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So our next pointer is going to be about China. So I seen online that apparently the movie did well in America
Hmm.
and obviously other countries, but in China they're saying that the movie tanked due to the fact that Halle was the new Ariel.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that's kind of sad to hear that like a beautiful movie like that, like we said, we watched it and it was great. And I feel like China should have gave a little chance and had the kids, because kids don't know nothing, have the kids watch the movie and they would have enjoyed the movie as well.
Yeah,
So
totally, totally agree. I did see online as well. That's a good point that you brought up. That the
yeah.
movie did tank, unfortunately, in China.
Mm,
And that's like a huge disappointment. It shows that, they are some of their viewpoints it's still in that blatant racism
hmm.
point of view that a black character cannot be the Little Mermaid. We don't want to be set in all ways of thinking. We want to
Exactly.
adapt from that, and it's unfortunate that China and it of course it's not going to be everyone. It's
Hmm.
unfortunate that people are saying that they did not like the casting of Halle because it doesn't resemble a light-skinned character. That was stated
Yeah,
by a Chinese media, but they need to come out of that thinking because it's blatant racism, and that's not something that should be taught in society, and even for young children where their minds are
exactly.
constantly developing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're gonna grow up thinking that that's okay, that the Halle movie is not something they should watch. They should watch the 1989 one, and it's sad,
it's very, very
So,
sad. And
like,
even an article went as far to say that the actual Little Mermaid that came out with Halle is like lazy and irresponsible storytelling. And it's like your attitude and your perspective is not looking towards change. And it
yeah,
and it's lazy and irresponsible because you can actually sit down and watch the movie and depict that times are changing and characters are changing, and do we want to see the same character play this movie over and over again? Things have to change. This society is not just one race, it's many different races that like are on a global scale, and we do
e-
need to have movies depict that. So that's the reality.
exactly. And it's like how you said, now we're in a different time. And people who are like black or different cultures deserve a chance
Hmm.
to be in a big movie, like you said. And look
Hmm.
how happy little kids. I'm pretty sure if someone from a little kid from China went to her Disney premiere, they would be just as happy as well.
Of course. And little kids were so excited. I seen
Yeah,
like when I went, because of course they have the section where, kids and their parents could go watch it as well, just the regular theater aside from the VIP.
the
And I seen
VIP.
kids
Yeah.
dressing up in like the Little Mermaid costumes. They did like a little makeup that resembled the Little Mermaid or Ariel. So what is the
Oh,
problem? Like a lot of kids liked it. Like I'm sure you've seen like even celebrities were in on it too. They were bringing their
yeah,
kids, they were dressing up. It was an exciting moment, and I'm happy
yeah,
for Halle on a whole.
yeah. Of course, she did wonderful for that movie. So,
Yeah.
okay, so we're done with that topic. Our next pointer is gonna be Ursula.
Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the person that played was it
Melissa,
Melissa?
yeah, Melissa McCartney.
Yeah, she did a wonderful job. The makeup was
Yeah,
on point.
yeah,
I don't think they could have cast anyone other than her. I didn't think that she had it in her, but then, she changed my perspective when I watched it. That evil, even the laugh
yeah.
was on
The
point.
laugh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the body, everything was like perfect for that role of Ursula.
Yeah, she did really well. Like, I'm actually surprised because like Ursula is a strong role to fill. Like
Hmm.
the guy who originally did it, like he was like like off the chain, and she came and filled those shoes, and like I was proud. Like I usually see her in different movies, and I never really, like you said, never thought that she would be able to pull off Ursula. And like I was blown away. I loved her as Ursula, and I don't think they
Yeah,
should ever, change it or anything.
yeah, totally. I agree
So
too. Yeah, she was really, 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 really good. Like, if they,
yeah,
had me pinned to the movie, I was like, oh, what is she gonna do next? Like, just amazing.
yeah. So I love that movie. So that's all for now. So we're just gonna have my other host do our closing.
Yes, so we had a good conversation. Hope you did too. Let us know if you went to watch the Little Mermaid movie, and you can let us know in the comment section below whether you thought it was a good movie, even if you don't agree with us. What did you think that, what about it that you didn't like or you liked? We want to make it an inclusive community where we can share our feedback. So we welcome your feedback. But that's all for today for Two Sisters and Two Mics with Lisa and Akisha. We will catch you on the next episode where we discuss amazing topics. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.
Bye, everyone.